In the headlines, former DFP Press Secretary Parry Bellot threatens legal action against current Freedom Party leaders for defamation. Local farmers group recognizes outstanding DSC agriculture student. And Maho bus drivers step up efforts to stamp out COVID-19. I'm Andrea Louis with the Channel 5 News, back with the details after this.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Thank you for staying with us. First up, former press secretary under the Dame Eugenia Charles administration, Parry Bellot, says he is considering taking the current leadership of the Freedom Party to court for defamation. Bellot says he is suing DFP political leader Kent Vital and Johnson Boston over statements made in the media 3 months ago.
I've been very busy. I'm doing a lot of consulting with lawyers in Dominica and in Barbados, where I have a lot of friends, including legal ones, getting the advice on how to proceed. And also consulting with local lawyers too. If I'm being secretly paid by Mr. Skerritt or anybody else to do propaganda, that would be wrong. In the States, for instance, you have a right to work for a foreign government or a foreign person, but you have to identify the sort of kind of business. I'm not getting a cent from Mr. Skerritt. Now the thing is, you're damaging my character, but he's being bribed by Mr. Skerritt to say all those kind of things and so on for him. That is not true. And I should have mentioned, after that thing was made in the evening, days after, people, no, Mr. Bellot, now we know why you're singing for a supper, 3,500 you're getting and so on. And there's no truth to that. But the critical thing, because all the lawyers agreed with me on that what the worst thing was that they did not allow me to defend myself right there. Now, you see, if they had done that, and I said so and brought up the reason why you can talk with Mr. Skerritt, ask other people whether I'm getting over $500, that would have been done at the same time, the same people listening of the accusation. Because when he, as I say, he put it as a question, but he meant it as a statement, and he knew that's how it's going to be interpreted.
Bellot says he is seeking compensation and protection of his reputation.
All I have at my age is reputation. I certainly don't have a lot of money, you know? So that's what. I don't want people to start thinking, boy, Parry Bellot, all along, getting that kind of money from Mr. Skerritt, you know, and so on. Not working hard. In fact, some tell me I don't do anything. I mean, the other time I retire, I'm too old. Why am I in this business and so on? But that's what I value now. I have worked hard, very, very hard for Dominica. I've always been a nationalist. Very often doing things for free. I could give you a story about, even one of my sons was objecting. Mr. Bellot, ma'am, Daddy, why this bill? I know you made a trip for Mr. Skerritt down to try and get a trade mission in Dominica, and you're putting for your the taxi fares and the travel to Barbados. But I'm not saying anything for your time. We cannot have politicians just saying things against people they think are working against them. That has to stop. That has to stop. By the way, I try to be fair and balanced. When you look through the link, you'll see some things that the UWP will be happy about. There's probably more things that they don't like in the paper, but I make sure there's always at least 1 or 2 or 3 positive stories about UWP. I believe I like one thing to be balanced. But every magazine, every newspaper editor, every publication has its own bias. My bias maybe for now is pro-Skerritt, maybe. But it can change anytime. But I'm saying this politics of derision, of saying all kind of things about people, is not good and has to stop. So I'm letting the Freedom Party know that. I'm after them, because it has to stop.
In more top stories, outstanding agriculture student at the Dominica State College has been recognized by a local farmers group. Julian Morris has that story.
The Cochrane United Farmers Group awarded Jody Joseph from the Dominica State College a cash prize for her excellent performance in the agriculture program. The group's mission includes supporting Cochrane farmers in moving ahead with farming and building a more sustainable agriculture system to ensure food security in the village and beyond. President of the Cochrane United Farmers Group says it was fitting to recognize Jody's academic achievement in agriculture and encouraged more youth to get involved in the sector.
I know it takes a lot of hard work, sleepless night, but at the end it pays off. Today you are being awarded by the Cochrane United Farmers Group for your great achievement. Someday we long to see you come back into the system and assist us, if not at the Central Division. I know some of us are there, in the next few years we'll be out. So young persons like you are welcome right in to assist. Now our country is branded as resilient nation. We're working towards this, and then we will really need bright minds to really make the system work. And that's where we're counting on the young people to come in and do what is necessary to see this country move forward in the right direction.
Ms. Joseph, who would like to further her studies to become a biochemist in agriculture, vowed to return to help the agriculture industry.
I would like to thank the Cochrane United Farmers Group for sponsoring this reward. I really appreciate it, and I will continue in the division of agriculture because that is what I love.
Team leader for the Central Agriculture Region, Norman Alexander, commended the Cochrane Farmers Group for staying committed to their social responsibility.
The Cochrane Farmers Group, which from inception has been operating on 3 key areas, as the man has shown. It includes economic, environment, and the social aspect towards its member. Today, they are also honoring the social aspect of their mandate, which is to honor a successful participant of the Dominica State College who has excelled in the area of agriculture. We within the Division of Agriculture are very elated to be working with the Cochrane United Farmers Group, and we welcome them, and we are always willing to work with them in all areas of their development.
In more developments, true to their word, the Maho bus drivers have stepped up efforts to stamp out COVID-19. When Channel 5 News spoke with President of the Maho Bus Drivers Association, Bernard Coppell, 2 weeks ago, he said the sanitization of buses by the National Pest and Termite Control would take place on a weekly basis to provide a clean environment in which to transport passengers. Coppell also revealed that a temperature gun would be introduced at the bus stop so that the temperature reading of passengers would be taken before they embark on a bus. Channel 5 News visited the Maho bus stop in Roseau recently and found that these 2 measures had been implemented to protect those who travel the Maho bus route. Public Relations Officer of the Maho Bus Drivers Association, Warel Seja, says the association is committed to adhering to the COVID-19 protocols set by the Ministry of Health and, in turn, playing its part to prevent and curb the spread of COVID-19.
We want to be proactive. We want to be able to make sure that our customers, they are safe, and we want to follow the protocol set by the Ministry of Health. We know COVID is a very serious virus, and as a result, we want to, at this time, take all the necessary precaution to safeguard our passengers as they commute with us on this bus, on our buses.
In other developments, Prime Minister scurried to convene a meeting with stakeholders in the music industry to assess the impact of COVID-19 of livelihoods in that sector. Local artists have admitted that COVID-19 has made life harder for them, forcing them to cancel local and overseas performances. Should government step in to provide financial support to local bands and artists who have lost income?
We've put in money at the aid bank that the entertainers have access to, and also those entertainers whose income is affected, they could also apply for the Social Security for the support there. And we're now extending that period of access to it, so that because of the protracted nature of the pandemic. But I said we're going to have a consultation among ourselves, and I am confident that coming out of that consultation, some very important suggestions will come forward, and that will place all of us in a better position than we are tonight. So, and I'm prepared to personally convene and to lead that engagement with the stakeholders.
The Prime Minister believes bad lyrics has led to artists losing support of their fans.
I will say, as a citizen, I do believe that the lyrical content, yeah, people can talk politics and that's fine, but the depths at which we have dropped in terms of the content, lyrical content, has left much to be desired. I mean, let us be frank with this and so on. And then you have the patrons reacting by not attending. And so if patrons are not attending, we have to find out why are patrons not attending in the numbers they used to attend 15 or 20 years ago. And then I think coming out of that assessment, evaluation, then we can know what is needed. But is a subvention needed to cause the numbers to go up? I do not know. So unless we do the evaluation and the assessment and so forth.
You're watching the Channel 5 News. Coming up, Link Magazine recognizes 2 senior public officers.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Welcome back. Dominicans are being reminded not to neglect their overall health despite the attention being given to the COVID-19 pandemic. Julian Morris explains.
Minister for Health Dr. Irving McIntyre pointed out that non-communicable diseases also have an impact on the health and by extension the wealth of a nation. In making specific reference to diabetes, Minister McIntyre says in developing states the number of people living with diabetes has grown significantly over the years.
Studies have shown that 1 in every 2 people currently living with type 2 diabetes is undiagnosed. The ever-increasing number of people living with diabetes throughout the world places a significant value on the role of nurses in preventing and controlling the impact of diabetes on the healthcare system and economy. Over the past decade, diabetes prevalence has risen faster in developing countries as opposed to more developed countries. A change in lifestyle habits is evident for this rapid increase, resulting from associated risk factors such as inactivity, poor dietary choices, overweight, and obesity.
The Health Minister says government has put several programs in place to raise awareness on the topic and to help curb the numbers of people living with diabetes.
The Government of Dominica, through the Ministry of Health, Wellness and New Health Investment, have developed and implemented public health policies and strategies to include but not limited to retraining of healthcare workers, both in the public and private sector, training of nurses and other healthcare workers, and NGOs in chronic disease self-management program, a program aimed at empowering communities to achieve self-efficacy. The ministry has also implemented strategies aimed at strengthening its partnership with several non-governmental agencies such as the Dominica Diabetic Association, all in an effort in moving forward the agenda of diabetes prevention and control.
World Diabetes Day was recently observed under the theme, The Nurse and Diabetes.
And the publisher of Link magazine has recognized the Dominica Air and Seaports Authority and the Discover Dominica Authority for their support of Link magazine. Link magazine, published by Powell Enterprises, is known to feature articles which promote Dominica's tourism industry. CEOs of DASPA, Benoit Badwell, and DDA, Colin Piper, received plaques on Wednesday in appreciation of their support for Link magazine and its nation-building efforts. DASPA and DDA also support the magazine in terms of sponsorship. Editor of Link magazine, journalist Parry Bellot, recognized Mr. Badwell and Mr. Piper at a ceremony at Fort Young Hotel.
I want to say that, Mr. Bellot, we at DASPA and DDA value everything that has to positively promote the image of Dominica. As you know, at DASPA, we are the gateway of Dominica, as we are, all the ports of entry are under the control and command of the authority. And we would seek to support whatever that will help promote tourism, promote the economic well-being of the country, and so we would want to be associated with that. Not only in terms of educating the citizens of Dominica, but also informing the diaspora and other persons with interest in spending time in Dominica, especially the visitors who may want to find out more about Dominica. And we believe that through the Link magazine and through the articles that the Link magazine put out, that subscribes to the things that we have faith in. And once again, we want to thank you for taking time to recognize us, and I'm happy to be here this morning.
We really appreciate the personal recognition in terms of the work that we have been doing, but more so the work that our authorities have been doing in regard to the tourism industry and nation building. And during my tenure here, we've been through the economic crisis, Zika, chikungunya, tropical storm Erica, Hurricane Maria, and now COVID. And our hope is to continue to do what we can to continue to develop the tourism industry so that we can positively impact the livelihoods of the stakeholders, those who have invested their hard-earned money to be a part of this tourism industry. So we believe the content of the magazine is significant and is timely and is relevant, and just want to continue to wish you all the best as you continue to put forth the magazine, and DDA will be there to support.
Link magazine was launched in 1977.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
We are strong. We are resilient and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid. But there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
To end the news, the headlines again. Former DFP Press Secretary Parry Bellot threatens legal action against leaders of the current Freedom Party for defamation. Local Farmers Group recognizes outstanding DSC agriculture student. And Maho bus drivers step up efforts to stamp out COVID-19. Feel free to access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Andrea Louis. And to all of our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Join us tomorrow.